Yahoo! It's Dawn. Today I thought it might be fun to kind of talk about me, or rather the process of how I came to be, and talk about how I learned to, like draw my own model, cut it up and rig it, like how I taught myself all of that. This is not going to be like a guide or a tutorial or anything. I just kind of wanted to make a video about how I taught myself this process and how maybe you could get started if you wanted to do the same thing too. And just to preface, this is really my first time doing anything like this, and I don't really have any experience in it. I have been drawing for a while, but I've never rigged before. I don't really know much about animation or like modeling or any of that, so I kind of taught myself a lot from scratch. I watched a lot of tutorials, and I was living on a prayer and a dream while I was doing this, basically. But it was fun, and I think that if anyone else like wants to try their hand at this, maybe this will hopefully give you a kind of like starting point to go with. So anyway, I actually initially thought of making a VTuber like months and months and months and months ago. But I didn't really go anywhere with it. I wasn't really happy with the design, to be honest, because I was kind of straying too far away, I guess, from the things that I like, and it ended up just feeling kind of shallow. But I will show you here. Basically, I'm going to talk about the concept first. So here you can see, hold on, let me move myself aside. This was one of the first sketches I think I did of like a VTuber concept. You can see there's some things that have stayed. The overall kind of like vibe, I suppose, is still there. The hand is still up there. I just really like this pose. I think it's really cool to just have your hand out too. But you can see this concept is more of an incubus type thing. I had this idea that I wanted it to be a more like NSFW VTuber, and I'm not like opposed to that idea or anything, but that's besides the point. I don't know. This felt like too many things that I'd seen before. It didn't feel like authentic to me, basically. So I kind of played with it a little bit more, and came up with this design instead. You can see this one has a lot more similarities. I came up with colors. I think the concept I had here was like watermelon, basically. I really wanted a tail, but I didn't know what to do with it. I really wanted to have these claws and like the cold tips, but I still like you can see this design is not very cohesive. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just wanted it to be kind of slutty, basically. Like I said in my debut, I really wanted my outfit to be kind of cozy and kind of slutty at the same time, but I think I went a little bit too overboard here, and also it just felt very generic to me. And once again, I think I was trying to stray too far from making it look how I felt inside. So I ended up scrapping that as well. But I still drew it a couple of times. I just really liked this concept of a watermelon fox, basically. You can see this design is a lot closer to kind of, we're getting closer to what I have now, basically. You can see the sleeves. I changed the top a little bit so it was a little bit less slutty, but it still has this kind of silhouette, and I have my ears and my tail as well. But anyway, these are the designs that I came up with like 8-10 months ago. It was a really long time ago, and I only kind of revisited the concept of making a VTuber maybe at the beginning of December or something. I don't really remember exactly when it was, but I sketched something new. I sketched this. It was kind of a combination of things. I was going through a lot of gender dysphoria basically around when this was happening. Like, I was really unhappy with, I guess, my own self-image. But I had just designed an OC that made me feel really seen, so I kind of combined both that OC's design with kind of aspects of myself, I suppose, into this one cohesive look. You can see not much changed from like this design to this model that I have now. I did get rid of my scar and the star tattoos. My final design, actually, my socks are a little bit different too. I'll maybe show it in another drawing afterwards, but you can see the overall design kind of like stay the same and the color scheme stay the same, and I'm quite happy with it. But anyway, after I had come up with this initial design, that's when it came to drawing the model, and I figure I will just show you what those models look like, my first kind of attempts at rigging. So the very first model this is gonna look scary as hell, but the very first model that I created was this one. Let it load up. Ta-da! I had made this full body because I was a little ambitious, and I thought that I was going to be able to rig all of it. As you can see, she's a little broken right now. She's not like, I don't have her rigged properly anymore, or like connected to VTube Studio properly anymore, so she's a little janky. But I made a full body, and you can see her movements are not that terrible, but I overdid with the art, I think. Her hair I shaded, and that made it really hard to rig, actually. I still quite like the body. I hope someday that like I will add that to my current model. Like, she has some cool movement a little bit when I look left to right. But I was the most unhappy with her hair, and as also her eyes were a little too bright for me, and expression wise, I don't know, I had a lot of complaints. I rigged this model twice in the space of about a week. Like, drawing it took about 4 days, and I'll show a little bit later on what my PSD like looks like when you draw a model. But yeah, this was the very first model that I rigged. Okay, hold on. Let me come back to my true self now. Sorry that you're seeing a little behind the curtain, but it is what it is. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to show now the kind of drawing part of it, which did take me a while, but I already sort of had a concept of how it worked to draw something and have it be ready to be rigged, so I wasn't completely lost on that front. But the kind of basics of it is that you want to have your art basically divided into a bunch of little pieces, and when I say art, I mean like the line art, the color. Hold on. We are going to show this. Cool. When I say art, I do mean kind of like all the parts of it, and you'll see here. Cool. This was the PSD that I ended up with for this model. Let me just put this on top. There we go. You can see here on the right side, it's all my folders. I have it basically organized the same way I would have it organized in Live 2D, because that'll just make it easier. You want to basically think of your model as like a doll, I think is the best way to put it, and you want to divide everything that is going to move. So I have my entire body, and then inside my entire body there's my head, my body, the back part of my hair, and then also my tail. And your head, you know, it's divided into a bunch of things. Your head is going to be the most important part, obviously, because it's the part of your model that people are going to be looking at the most. So you can see I have my bangs, there's my blush, there's both of my eyes, etc., like your brows, my piercings, my nose, my moles. All of that are divided into little pieces. Like, if you want to see how granular it becomes, like, if you look in here into my eyeball, if you look, see, so this lash is its own part, these tiny lashes are its own part, the catch lights are its own part, the top lid is its own part, the eyeball is its own part. Basically, every individual piece that is going to move, you're going to want it to be its own part. And the reason for that is so that when you're rigging it, that part can move independently of other parts. But yeah, this is kind of the long process. My tip for drawing, obviously there's like way better cutting tutorials out there on YouTube, and I'll probably link some of the ones that I used personally when I was learning how to do it. But my biggest advice is, one, you're going to want to use a symmetry ruler. It's going to save your life, especially when you're drawing your hair, your bangs, and your face and your neck and all of that, to make sure that like both sides are completely symmetrical. It'll just make your life so much easier. And for a beginner, it's probably totally fine to have like asymmetrical eyes, but I think if you want to have the easiest time with it, you want to be able to flip your eye the other way, and that way you only need to rig your eyeball once, and you can guarantee that the movement is going to be the same on both. That's kind of my advice. One more piece of advice. If you're just starting out, try not to be super overly complicated with your design. As you can see, my error with my first one is that I had a little bit too much shading. That made it hard to cover up any of my mistakes with rigging. So you can see that this model right here, she's more flat. I gave her dimension in other ways, or in little details as I could, but it's flatter so that I can kind of get away with rigging it more simply or more animatedly, and it kind of looks okay. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. But yeah, last piece of advice that I have for when you're going to be drawing is you want your parts to be like pretty solid and definitive. Like, for example, my hair over here, not that hair, head hair, here we go. You can see that I have my pieces here, and like these two fringes, see this and this are individual pieces, and it's easier that way you can rig them individually, instead of having them move as single parts. Basically, I would just recommend cutting as many parts as humanly possible, and even if you forget to do that, you can always go back and edit your art and then re-import it back into Live 2D. That is kind of the pro here, and I think that there's a lot more trial and error that you can have when you're rigging than people might think. So it's like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to restart as many times as you have to, or edit your art, change your art, like whatever you need to do. I think you should do it. You know, I think that's what I was the most scared of, is that you watch tutorials and it feels like all these people have it like completely figured out from the beginning, but it doesn't have to be. Like I said, this is like the sixth attempt at rigging. Like this model in particular is my sixth attempt at rigging, and that's across like 3 different models. And I taught myself to do that in a month, you know. And obviously, if I gave it more time, if I spent more time learning different tricks, I bet I could do more things. But I just wanted to kind of show that this doesn't have to be as inaccessible as it initially seems. Anyway, let's move on to Live 2D. Boop. So Live 2D was definitely the scariest part of this process. I think it's the part that I did try it like many years ago. Live 2D was very different back then, and I found it to be super intimidating. But this time around, I found a really good tutorial that I will link in the description. Actually, but for now, I kind of wanted to just show that it is not as scary as it seems. So let me just set this up real quick. Okay, so Live 2D. I have mine in dark mode, but when you initially download it, it's probably going to be in light mode. Just to let you know, if you've never got Live 2D before, you could get it. You get a free oh my god, I am losing my ability to speak. You can download a free trial of the pro version. And it will last you 60 days, and I recommend it because you'll just be able to do more stuff. It'll make your life easier. But when you get Live 2D, when you first open up a model file, it's gonna look like this. Okay, which is a little bit scary, but kind of the first process of going through this, and I'll link a tutorial that taught me this because it honestly like set me up for success, and it made a lot of things make more sense to me. But just to go over the basic UI, on the ears might look different because I changed mine around to work better with my workflow, but there's this deformer section. Now this is where all your art is going to end up in pieces after you've imported it over here. So basically, if you want to import your PSD, you just got to do open, and then you're going to open up your file into it. And what that's going to do, let me just do it as an example. So I'm just going to import my PSD. It might take a little bit. So create new model. This I would recommend going full scale if your computer can handle it. And what that's going to do is that it's going to import all your art into Live 2D. And you can see here that on the right side, it matches kind of how my PSD was divided. So it has all of my folders, and then inside my folders, it has all of my individual parts. And then on the right side, these are all the individual layers without the folders. Now, this is why I said it was important to divide up your PSD very neatly. That way, you can just kind of emulate the same thing here. So here you can select all of your parts with shift click. And then what you're going to do is you're going to want to imitate the hierarchy that you have in your PSD. So you have all of this selected, you're going to go up here and you're going to create a warp deformer. Oh, I can't because I'm on the free version. But normally, if you weren't on the free version, you would just name this like entire body, basically. And then you would continue to do that like bangs, and then you would create bangs. And then you could select everything that's on your head. So it would be all of this for me, and this would be head. I messed up already because the bang should be on the head as well, but you see what I mean. You want to make warp deformers basically to imitate how your layers are formed, and then once you have that, you're going to want to organize your parameters the same way. So I'm going to show you what my final file looks like so that you have an example of what that looks like. It's this file, I think. cool. You can see here, entire body, head, body, hair, tail. See, it like matches what it looks like on the right side. And then inside it has all my art and all of my other deformers. And then you can see here my parameters. This is what it looks like default, right? And then this is how I organized it. So it's organized by, like body part, and then I move in all of the parameters inside of it. That way they're easier to find, because the parameters is where your keyframes exist, and keyframes is essentially what you need in order to create movement. So just to kind of show the core loop of how movement is created, let me just do it real quick with this eyeball over here. Let's see, eyeballs, this eyeball. The first thing you want to do is you want to click on your art, and then you want to make a mesh. So you can use this button up here, the automatic mesh generator, and do you should have other options here, but I think I'm on the free version. It's not letting me, and it's going to create a mesh. The mesh, this is what basically allows you to move and deform your art. So once the mesh is created, you can connect it to, let's say this is my left eyeball, no, my right eyeball. So eyeball, and then you can create keyframes, and then where it is in the middle is kind of where it is by default. And then if I wanted to look this direction, basically, I would move it over to there, and then I would move my eyeball in that direction. So when I move this, the keyframes, it like goes in either direction. Does that make sense? I will link tutorials. I'm just going over like how I kind of learned it, basically. But yeah, like that's kind of the basic process. Like I'll show you. Here is my eyes. If I move this, it moves my eyes left and right. And if I move this, it makes my eyeballs go up and down. And then it's the same for, let's say, my head. I have all of these angles. So I go like this, and it moves in all of those directions. Basically, you kind of, I'm rambling a little bit, but the basics of it is that you add a mesh to your art. Your mesh allows you to deform the art, and then you deform the art into very specific keyframes so that when you do movement, it will kind of move between those keyframes, like so. It is a long process, and it's very scary and very intimidating, but I think what I want to convey the most is that it's definitely not as intimidating as you think. Like I said, sorry, that was loud. I will link like the tutorials that I personally use to do this in the description. And the important idea is to have fun and to just kind of like trial and error some things. Had fun with it. Don't hesitate to like change your art. Don't hesitate to try new things, experiment with like all the different features in the software, all that, and look up stuff on YouTube. There are so many resources for making VTubers that I think you can learn so much just by looking it up, and I think that's the most important. But anyway, yeah, that entire, I guess, process of designing, drawing, learning to rig, rigging again, trying again, rigging again, that entire process really took me about a month-ish, maybe 6 weeks, kind of, which is maybe a long time, maybe not a long time. But it was super, super fun, and I just, I would encourage you to learn a new skill, and to try out. I don't know how helpful this was, but hopefully it was kind of fun to see how I went about learning how to do things, and ended up with this model, which I hopefully aim to improve in the future someday, obviously, but for now I'm quite happy with it. I think this is kind of the extent of my ability at the moment, but I want to learn more, and I will learn more. And yeah, I hope you stick with me on this journey of learning and existing in this era of finding a joie de vivre and learning new things and just being passionate about creation and art and all that, etc., etc. Okay, yeah, anyway, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.